There is a silent crisis happening to people in their 30s right now. You are likely earning the most money you have ever earned in your life, and yet you feel poorer than you did when you were 25. It is the sandwich trap. You are squeezed between raising young kids, caring for aging parents, and trying to pay for a house that costs twice what it did 5 years ago. Your bank account isn't just leaking, it is being pulled in 17 different directions. But here's the scary part that nobody tells you. Economists call your 30s the accumulation decade. Mathematically, this is the last decade where compound interest can truly make you rich without you having to win the lottery. The financial habits you set between age 30 and 39 are the difference between retiring at 55 on a beach or greeting customers at Walmart when you are 75 because you cannot afford to stop working. There are 7 specific milestones you need to hit right now. If you miss the first 2, the rest don't even matter. My name is Alex, and I help people build wealth without losing their sanity. If you are tired of making good money but having zero net worth to show for it, you are in the right place. Smash that subscribe button so you don't miss the money strategies they should have taught us in school. Let's fix your financial future starting right now. The first milestone is going to hurt, but we have to rip the Band-Aid off. You need to reach consumer zero. In your 20s, debt was almost a rite of passage. Student loans, a car note, maybe a credit card balance from that trip to Cancun. But in your 30s, consumer debt is financial cancer. Here is the math that will keep you up at night. Let's say you have a $500 car payment and $300 in credit card minimums. That is $800 a month. If you invested that $800 a month into the S&P 500 starting at age 30, by the time you retire, that is $1.7 million. When you hold on to consumer debt in your 30s, you aren't just paying interest. You are robbing your future self of becoming a millionaire. The milestone here is aggressive elimination. The only debt allowed in your 30s is a mortgage. Everything else, the car, the furniture loan, the student debt, needs to be attacked with the avalanche method or the snowball method. Pick one, I don't care which, just get it to zero. Because you cannot build a skyscraper on a foundation of quicksand. Once the debt is gone, you need protection. In your 20s, the advice was save $1,000 for an emergency. That advice is garbage for a 30-year-old. In your 30s, emergencies have extra zeros on the end. The water heater doesn't just break, it floods the basement. You don't just get a flat tire, the transmission blows. You need a bulletproof shield. The milestone here is 6 to 12 months of living expenses. Why 12 months? Because the job market is volatile. If you have a mortgage and kids, losing your job isn't an inconvenience, it is a catastrophe. When you have 12 months of cash sitting in a high-yield savings account, you walk differently. You negotiate better at work because you aren't desperate. You sleep better. This isn't just money, it is sanity insurance. Do not invest a dime until this shield is built. Now let's talk about the number that controls your life. Your credit score. By your 30s, a 700 score isn't good enough. You need to be in the 800 club. Some financial gurus say credit scores don't matter if you have cash. That is cute, but unless you have $500,000 cash lying around to buy a house, your credit score determines your wealth. Let's look at the mortgage gap. On a $500,000 home loan, a 760 score gets you a 6.5% rate. A 640 score gets you a 7.5% rate. That 1% difference costs you over $100,000 in extra interest over the life of the loan. $100,000! Just because you missed a payment 4 years ago or carry high utilization. Automate every single bill. Keep your credit utilization under 10%. Treat your credit score like a fragile egg. In your 30s, bad credit is the most expensive tax you will ever pay. Okay, take a deep breath. This next milestone triggers a lot of people, but remember, I am the messenger. I am just doing the math. By age 30, you should aim to have 1 times your annual salary saved for retirement. By age 40, you need 3 times your annual salary. If you make $70,000 a year, you should aim to have $210,000 in your 401k or IRAs by the time you blow out the candles on your 40th birthday. Now, if you are nowhere near that, don't click away. Panic is not a strategy. The reason this milestone exists is because of the doubling effect. Money invested in your 30s has 30 plus years to double and double and double again. If you are behind, you have two levers to pull right now. Number 1, increase your contributions every time you get a raise. Number 2, max out your employer match. That is free money. If you focus on nothing else in this decade, focus on catching up to this number. It is the single biggest predictor of whether you retire on a yacht or a cot. This is the silent killer. It destroys more wealth in the 30s than stock market crashes. It is called lifestyle creep. You get a promotion. Finally, you're making $10,000 more. So what do? You lease a Lexus instead of the Toyota. You upgrade to the apartment with the view. You start ordering Uber Eats just because you are tired. Suddenly, you are earning $100,000 a year, but you are living paycheck to paycheck, just like you did when you earned $40,000. This is how you become a Henry, high earner, not rich yet. You need to commit to the 50% raise rule. Every time you get a raise or a bonus in your 30s, 50% of it goes to your investments immediately. You can spend the other 50%. This way, you enjoy your success, but you never stop building your freedom. I know this isn't sexy. Talking about wills and insurance is grim. But if you have people who rely on you, a spouse, kids, aging parents, skipping this is negligent. The milestone. You need a will, a living trust, and term life insurance. If something happens to you tomorrow, does your family get a check for $1 million tax-free to pay off the house and fund the kids' college? Or do they get a GoFundMe page and a pile of debt? Term life insurance is cheap in your 30s. Lock it in now before your health changes. It is the ultimate act of love. Do not leave your family to fight with the courts while they are grieving. Get the paperwork done. The final milestone isn't in your bank account. It is in your body. Your 30s are when your metabolism hands in its resignation letter. The number one cause of bankruptcy in the United States is medical debt. Your health is your primary wealth-building tool. If you are sick, you can't work. If you are tired, you can't hustle. Investing in a gym membership, buying quality food, and getting preventative checkups has a higher ROI than Bitcoin. If you destroy your body in your 30s chasing money, you will spend all that money in your 50s trying to fix your body. Treat your health budget like a retirement contribution. It is non-negotiable. Look, I know this list feels heavy. The 30s are a pressure cooker. You are trying to be a good parent, a good employee, a good partner, and somehow a good investor all at once. But here is the truth. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be intentional. If you are behind, start with the debt. Then build the shield. Then attack the retirement. One step at a time. Your 30s can be the decade you drowned in stress, or the decade you bought your freedom. The choice is literally in your hands. If this video gave you a roadmap you can actually use, do me a favor. Hit that like button so the algorithm shows this to more people who need it. And let me know in the comments, which of these 7 milestones is your biggest struggle right now? I am Alex, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.